Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel Leela Web Dev. In this video, we will learn about the path variable in the bash or the G shell. So now we have seen the hierarchy level, how when a command is executing in a shell, how it will go. First, it will go for the aliases, then it will go for the functions, then it will go for the built-in functions. And the last one, if the command is not able to find in the aliases or in the functions or in the built-in functions, then it will try to search for this one in the path variable. So let's try to see about this path variable. So we will dive into the super important concept in the Linux programming now. That is nothing but the path variable. You probably heard about it when running the commands in your terminal, but what exactly it is? In this video, we will break down what happens when you run a command, how Bash uses the path to find the executables, and even how this work in the Node.js also we'll try to see. By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding how to manage your path and understand why some commands doesn't work while others work. So let's get started. So let's open our terminal. So we have opened our terminal. So this is our new terminal. So let's click it off. This is our terminal. Now, what I want to show you is, so here, the path is a global variable in your shell, like bash or G shell, that tells it where to look for executable files when you run a command. You can see it by typing echo $path, echo $path. Look at this output. It is a bunch of directories separated by a colon. So here you'll be able to see separated by a colon. Like you'll be able to see user slash bin, user slash bin, slash bin, user slash s bin, var run com. So like this, you will be having so many things. So this looks like a little bit messy, right? So let's clean it up to make it easier to understand. So to make it clean up, to make the path easier to read, so we can pipe it using the tr command. We have learned about the tr command, right? Echo $path, and we can pipe it. We can send that output to the tr, and we'll tell that to separate the colon with /n. So this is the thing which we have. So now it is somewhat you can able to see all the folders. You can see all the folders. So your shell check for commands. So now this is where the now here you will be able to see. So if you try to see the /bin, so this is the place where the ls command all those things. So now these are all the directories which you are having. So now what it will try to do, it will try to search for each and every directory. Yeah, here it will search in this one. It will go on search and each and every directory for the executable file when you type the command. Let's say that when you type, if you type ls command, okay, so we are able to list all the directories in this one, right? So if you try to see the type ls, then it is telling that ls is in bin/ls. This means that it is an executable file in the /bin directory, which is in your path. That is nothing but /bin. So open the /bin in the finder. Okay, so open /bin in your path. Open /bin in your finder. So here you will be able to see the /bin, and here you will be able to see it's all the what I mean to say is all the file structure you will be able to see. So in this one you will be able to find the ls command. Okay, so this is the ls command, and it is an Unix executable file. So this is how you can able to see. So now you will see that ls right there. When you type ls, bash searches through each directory in your path and finds the ls executable and runs it. Typing ls is the same as typing the bin/ls. So here if you want to type /bin/ls means /bin/ls, it is nothing but typing like this also. This is one and the same, but path saves you from typing the full path every time. It makes your life way easier. So that is one thing. So modifying the path, you can also modify your path to include new directories. For example, let's add my downloads folder. Where is my downloads folder? So let's go into here, and if I try to do ls, so here we are having the downloads folder, right? So let's go to the downloads folder, and if I try to do the pwd, so here you'll be able to see user/ls/download. So now if I want to add this path downloads folder into my path means, so what can I do? It is path is equal to, so $path, first take the $path colon. Okay, I want to add users slash Leela slash downloads. That's it. Press enter. That's it. So now if I try to check the echo path here and separate the column with the slash n and press enter, at the bottom you'll be able to see user slash Leela slash downloads also. So that is the main thing. Okay, but here is the catch. This change is temporary. If I open a new terminal and you run $echo, so if I open a new terminal and if you turn sorry, right? So if I try to run the echo dollar path and tr translate colon to translate slash n, yeah, so here you're not able to see the download. Here this is the temporary thing. So we downloads is gone. We will talk about this path making changes permanent in our things in our future video. Just I will try to explain you about the path. Let's see how path works in the Node.js. Let's go to our Visual Studio Code, and this is our code, right? So if you try to see here, so here, okay. So here, so now we have a like this. So let's try to do process. So this process, what is this process? Process is nothing but we have seen it, right? So it will give you the current the node process. So here in this process, so you will be having the path. This is the thing. And now if I try to console.log and if I try to run this one, let's go to here and let's go to our slash code slash node.js slash unix. Here, if I try to run this node playground.js file, here you will be able to see all the path. So the path which we have seen it, we are able to see the path. Okay, it brings the same path as in your shell. The process.env.path object in Node.js give you access to the same path that Bash uses. This means your Node.js process inherits the path from your shell. When Unix runs Node.js, it passes the path to the node process. So the process which you are trying to see it, that is nothing but the node process. So it is the node process. It will give you the shell path. If I add downloads to my path and then run my node path, node app, the app will see downloads in its path too. So that is the main thing. So let's try to see in Node.js when you use the spawn function. So now let's try to see when you use the spawn function. So what will happen? It will look for only the things that the executable files which is available in this path. Okay, so that is the only thing. It only looks for executables in the path. So for example, let's say that if you are trying to run this ls command, okay, ls command, and if you want to pass it things means you can pass it. If you try to run this ls command and here if you run the node playground.js file, so you will be able to see this one. So how you can able to see this one? So because it is present in the slash bin directory, which is an executable file, the spawn creates a new process using that executable file. So that is the thing. Okay, this works because ls is in the bin slash l, which is in the path. And if I try an alias like ll, okay, so ll, if I try it, and if you try to see ll here, it is working. But when I try to run this one, so it will tell that it is not there. Why? Because spawn doesn't look for aliases, functions, or built-in functions or something like that. It will work only, it will check only the executable files that are present in the path. So that's why we are not able to execute these things. So this zone, these all the things it is not able to execute. So now that is the main thing. Okay, doesn't care about the aliases functions or shell built-in functions. It only looks for the executables in the path. That's it. So for example, let's say that we let's clear it out. So when you try to do the disown, okay, so this one is then shell built-in function. So now if you try to check it, where is disown? Where is disown? So it will tell you that it doesn't give any. So that means it is a normal thing. It's a normal built-in thing. So it shows it's a built-in function. But where is disown? It returns nothing. No executable exists. So spawn disown will fail because there is no file in the path for it one. Whereas if you try for this echo or something like that, it will work. Why? Because we have, if you try to check it, where is, for example, let's say that type disown. If you try to check it here, it is a shell built-in function. It doesn't have an executable file. So when you try to check it, type echo, it will tell that echo is a shell built-in function. But echo, if you try to do it in the spawn, it will work. So why? Because where is echo? If you try to check where is echo means, it will give you the executable file. It is present in the bin/echo. So that is the main thing. So why then echo is present as a built-in function, and also echo is present as in the executable function also, where it is there means, so executable file, if you are having it means, so shell needs to execute that file, and it needs to tell to the kernel that to create a new process, and it needs to allocate a memory for this one. This all the process needs to take it. Whereas the built-in function, what it will execute it very fast. So that's why normally when you are trying to do echo like this, so it will directly execute from the built-in function only. Whereas when you are using the spawn process or something through an external thing like a Node.js or something like that, it will try to execute this one using the executable file. So that is the main thing. Here it will do the same thing. So this one is also one and the same thing only. So if we go here and if I try to do the, so it will try to do the same thing. Hello is printed here. So that is the thing. So what is the difference between the exec thing? So exec will start a shell command directly, and it will execute that command into the shell. With exec you can run commands in a shell like this. So like this. One might think that why in the if the exit runs in a shell, why doesn't I can't run my LL thing? So here the shell does not automatically load the alias unless it is an interactive shell. So if it is an interactive shell only, then only aliases. So that shell, whatever the exec is starting, is not an interactive shell. So we will dive deep into this shell initialization in the next video and explain why it is happened. So just I want to tell you that one. So we have covered in this one what the path variable is, how Bash and Node.js uses it, and why some commands work in the span while others don't. In the next video, we will explore how shell initializes, how to make the path changes permanent and all those things. We have seen that path is not permanent when you start a new terminal, right? So that is the thing. So let's try to see in our next video. Hope you understood about this concept. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.